Hey, what is up? John Sonmez here, and I have a book review for you today. I've been a little bit behind on my reviews. I've actually been behind on my reading. I've been sick and just not feeling good and just not making videos either, which is not like me, but hey, you know, I'm getting back into it finally, and I'm getting started up again because that's bullshit. I don't want to go down this downward spiral here. So, the book I'm talking about today is called Barking Up the Wrong Tree. It is by Eric Barker. I wonder if that's why he came up with the name. And so in this book, let me see what the subtitle is here. I'm getting text messages while I'm doing this. A lot of text messages. Okay, so there is no subtitle. Oh no, here it is. The surprising science behind why everything you know about success is mostly wrong. So that's interesting too. I'm thinking about like how I turn off like my notifications and whatnot so that I don't get distracted when I'm making a video. Like I don't have any buzzes. But like when the text message is right in your face while you're trying to look at something on your phone, there's just nothing that you can do about it. So you just gotta handle it and roll with it, move on. That's how you make videos. For those of you that are wondering, right? I'm not, so I'm not like taking a second cut on this. I'm not like, oh, cut, and then making a new video. I'm just going to go from here. So, all right, so talking about the book. Okay, this book I thought was really good. I would call this book a book summary of books, okay? Because in this book, Eric Barker basically summarizes a lot of really good information from a lot of popular books, like Carol Dweck's Mindset, right? You can check that one out. I'm trying to think of all the ones there. I can't think. There was Grit, I think was in there. Angela Duckworth, I think is, and there's a few other ones that are in there. I can't think of it right now because it was a while since I listened to the audio version of this book. But he had a lot of just pieces of things, like really good, I think, analysis of, like, should you work super hard to be successful or should you be laid back, right? And he was talking about how, like, honestly, like the Einsteins of the world and the Isaac Newtons, they worked really, really hard. Okay, but it came at a cost of their social life. It came at a cost of their family. It came at a cost of their friendships, right? It came at a very high cost to them, but that was critical for them to have that level of success. And he basically says, like, if you're going to be the best in your field, but if you're really going to aim for that like super high level of success, then you may want to work like 70, 80-hour weeks and do that. But if you're not, if you're just looking to have like a moderate level of success on it, I hate to use the word moderate level of success, right? You could still be, I think, an overachiever, right? But if if you're not looking to become the Nobel Prize winner or compete in the Olympics, then maybe you should use the 80-20 rule. Maybe you should like not focus so much on that endeavor, right? So that you can actually have a balance in life. So, and he leaves it sort of up to you, right? But he shows you what the science says about that. And he does that about a lot of things, which I really appreciate. There's definitely some really good studies in there. A lot of studies, like I said, these pop size studies, I've heard them before. If you've read most of the popular like New York Times bestseller books on business or self-development, you're going to encounter these things, of course. I don't believe all of them, right? Again, some of these studies are looking for what's common among people, as opposed to I'm more interested in what's uncommon among people, right? You can be the 1 in 1,000 that goes the other way, that is able to rewire themselves, reprogram their brain to work the other way, not to be herded like cattle, right? It's useful to know what cattle do when they're herded together. It's useful, but it's not how you shouldn't confine yourself to that. You shouldn't be like, oh, well, cattle do this when they're all together, so I should act like the rest of the cattle, right? You should use that to say, maybe I don't have to act like the cattle. So a lot of good examples just like that in the book. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones where he talks about success. He talks about like an optimal dating strategy, so I recommend the book. I think it's good. Like I said, it's more of a book summary of books because it just takes a lot of those ideas and condenses it together. So it's highly useful for getting that information. But nothing like super groundbreaking new here, right? But a lot of things that things that you might have thought about as far as success. That I think that you can get some pretty good insights, some pretty good condensed information of that pop sci type of study and science on what actually makes people successful. Again, a lot of it too just comes down to mindset, right? I think this is why Carol Dweck's book on mindset is so powerful, right? This is the book that you should definitely read. We'll put the link here. Is because ultimately, everything that he's saying in this book really comes down to mindset, right? It's the optimist, right? And he talks about this in the book, but it's the person who believes that they can succeed, who has the growth mindset, who believes that it's possible for them to change and grow and become what they want to become. That's the person who ultimately succeeds in life. So there you've got it. There you have it. Man, I am feeling sick, but I'm making the videos anyway. So shit. If you haven't subscribed already, click the subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.